Shay, we're gonna bring the Godfather in the room. Cause women always say love their kids, and be a stepdad, and we've been hitting on that here real quick.
Um, Here's the thing. I need you ladies to understand something. Children, your child, your child, have you raised your child to be an asset to another man? You love your child to men their liabilities. Most of you have raised your children, but to men they are liabilities. Liabilities that come with responsibilities. So instead of asking are kids a deal breaker, why are you not married to the father?
Woo! Why are you not? Why don't you think them kids are a burden? I don't know. There are men out there. What do you say to this? What do you say to the men who say, I like kids? When they say, oh, do you mind if this woman have kids? They say, I don't mind. I like kids. Is
You
that
know,
cap?
you know what? Here's the thing, man. I believe if you ask me, I believe you know what? We all just try to drop our own realities and act like it's normal. But my answer is no, it is cap. It's like you said before, some brothers just don't know their value. They have no idea. Kevin touched on it one episode. He said that he was giving one guy counseling, and the guy was talking about how, he made like $500,000 a year, and how he talking about how his lady was not the nicest, and he would go home after work and wash dishes and change poopy diapers. And Kev was like, you make $500,000 a year and you stressing like this? And he had to tell him, like, this is who you are in the world. There ain't no way around it. You do not have to get treated so bad. You don't have to settle for this. And there we are. I keep saying that no man is going to come on any platform talking about they settling, because men know they going to get what they can get. Man, he going to reach for as high as he can get. He going to take that and say, hey, this is all I can get. Whether it's Bone Quisha or whomever, he know who he going to get. So that's the thing. Yeah, guys never come here saying that they settling. So these guys that say they don't mind taking care of kids, it's something there. It ain't that. It ain't that they don't mind. They know that if I'm gonna get this woman, like let's say she's out she's out of my league, but she got a kid, that brings her down to my league. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with her. That's, if you ask me, that's how that thought process goes. You muted, Gav.
Okay, I was gonna say, Mike, let me ask you a question here. How can a woman, because Kev said, how are you, making your kids increase their value? How can a woman show up and her kids increase value to you? It make you want to be a stepdad. You know what I mean? Because that's what he hitting on. They say, oh, how can
Well,
she
to
show
me,
up and she say, I got these wonderful kids.
yeah, to me, it's a zero all the way. It's an automatic L. That's a hard boundary for me. It's a zero. But for me, I'll advise for women to in order to approach men, you got to understand that, not only do that men have to have a relationship with you, but to your kids, right? And for men, we like structure and discipline because we like all that correlates to peace of mind. So if a man is dealing with you and he already accepted that you got one or two kids, okay, how are your kids disciplined? Do they have structure already? Right? Because I'm gonna have to instill that, or I'm gonna have to deal with that, especially if you're gonna move into my household and I'm going to pay the bills and things of that nature. So structure, guidance, and respect. So if your kids is running wild and rampant, which about 90% of the time a woman raising boys, they're not going to have that guidance and structure there. And then the men taking care of another men's kids, that is a formula for disaster right there in most cases and stuff like that. So, you know, the chances of that happening is a shot in the dark, man. But me, you asking me personally, that is a hard boundary for me. If you got kids, I don't care if you got body like I don't know what, beautiful as a
Like
Beyonce or
Sierra.
whatever, but that's an automatic L for me, man. It's just an L. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes would do that, but I would say that most dudes do that out of necessity, not a want.
There you
Because if
go.
a man you give a man $1 million in Lambo and a blue check, he ain't gonna want that.
Come on, man. There you go. Straight like look at the brother Fat Neck, Wide Neck and his baby mama. Y'all know this. Y'all see them. Y'all saw them on Single by Choices. They was a laughing stock of they hood before he got some bread. This dude Walker coming out the apartments with this blowed out neck and his woman all brutish like a ogre. They was a laughing stock of the community. Soon as that brother got a check, out of there without a question. And look at him. He got a whole swole up neck and he still went and got him something that he preferred better.
Yep.
It ain't good. And she did have a kid before him. So there we go. Even White Neck got up out. Even White Neck said, I ain't trying to play stepdaddy because then want all his kids, you see. So there you go. So what you think a man that halfway look like something with resources is going to do? You think he really want to play stepdad? It simply don't work that way. Like I said, look at the only examples we have in the world, as far as I could see, Meghan Markle and Sierra. Which one of y'all look like them? That's all I'm saying.
And the exception don't disprove the rule at the same time. There's going to be, stepdads and women with children that get married. We don't want all police to come in here. Yes. But like Kev hit on before we paused this, he said, why didn't you marry the man you had kids with? Right? So,
well, the big sister was saying because they always get tricked. It's all they get tricked.
And they find out he's a narcissist.
A narcissist after the womb is up. There you go.
All right, we'll finish this little video and we'll get back to Erykah Badu. We're going to keep moving this show along. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Share this video with your friends, family. We cooking for y'all tonight. We got Mr. Mike Washington in the building. He up here dropping jewels for y'all. So, or gems rather. Or is a gem a jewel? I don't know. Whether you the diamondologist. But
gems, jewels, rubies, and ruples, god dang
it. Okay, there we go. So hit the like button. We cooking for y'all. Said the Godfather Shay, we're gonna bring him in the room and let him cook.
Kids are not a deal breaker. Coming from, and the people who tell you that kind of stuff, you just need to go ahead. People who will do that kind of stuff, don't listen to them. Because too many men have come on, especially the more a man has, the more he wants. They want to create their own legacy. See, what you want, they get mad when you start talking about kids because their feelings into it. You decide to make the kids stay with the man. The higher up a man goes, the more he has, the more men want to build their own legacy. They want to build their own legacy. And many of you ladies want to rob men of that because you think they should pick you. Well, if there are 10 women out there and the man wants to build his own legacy, what are you doing to overcome all of that stuff to make you the best choice?
What can she do? Is there anything she can do? If this woman got 2 kids by 2 men, this woman got no kids, and let's say they look similar, what can she do to outcompete her?
Well, that's what I was getting at with my Meghan Markle and Sierra examples. Both of these women come with extensive resources, and they both are lookers. So you say, what can you do? Come with something that can help me build. So there you are. Whoever that is that married Meghan Markle.
Well, to be devil's advocate, though, a lot of times men would say, I don't want a woman for her resources and money. So that's not necessarily the case.
I don't need you necessarily for that, but I like the way you look. I like you. I like your personality. I think you're funny. Whatever the dude into, he like that, and she bringing that, and you're like, dang, but you got a kid. But at the same time, you can help take my business where I'm doing, $2 million a year. With your resources, I could take my business, start doing $5 million a year. Okay. Bring something. We all out of whack because you're trying to date a high value man with a kid. So we're going to get more out of whack. Bring some resources if you're going to come over this way. Something, anything. And if you ask me, that's what people like Meghan Markle and Sierra did. They went in. They had resources. They could gift they man Austin Martins and things like this. It's a whole different setup. And that's why I say poor folks, poor modern women need not be worried about the affairs of these well-to-do women because they can move differently. You muted, Gav.
Okay, I was trying to get Mike in, trying to get his take here.
Yeah, well, I was going to Willie's point. Yeah, like special exceptions comes with special exceptions, so to speak. Because I mean, life is about choices and trade offs, right? So if we're talking about the 2%, the exceptions, you know, we know the exceptions don't make the rule, but to combat that, well, one for damn sure off the rip, the woman going to have to be feminine off the rip and friendly. You ain't gonna be having kids with a masculine ass attitude and try to give demands. That's a no, right? You're gonna have to concede so much to a. I know women don't like that submissive level, but your ass is gonna have to submit. You know what I mean? You have to submit, right? And there's gonna have to be special exceptions and stuff. Like one of those special exceptions what he's talking about is women with resources. Like a man's not looking for a woman to piggyback off of resources. However, though, you know, hey, I'm about to put my name on that LLC. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take this thing over or something like that, right? So, you know, choices and trade-offs. But for that small exceptions, the woman gonna have to concede and be submissive and feminine and friendly off the rip. Any attitude or no, I ain't doing this. Well, peace. Like it's peace, man. You already you have no leverage to even try to negotiate here, man. You have zero leverage, right? Like I'm taking all the risks by far, right? So, you know, by those four things, you gonna have to submit, concede, be feminine to the T, and be friendly, man. And you know, for those small exceptions like that, for even that to happen, because most men, like I said, that's just an L, man. This just ain't gonna happen.
There you go. And to touch on what you said, Mike, you know, you got to come feminine, friendly, cooperative, all that off the rip consistently. I can never know a different side of you. And that back in the day, that's why, you know, Big Pearly was a threat to a fit feminine woman, because Big Pearly back in the day, she was a mean cook and she was sweet as apple pie. Today, these big sisters, big broad back sisters, is mean and sassy and damn near cruel. And it's just all out of whack. It's like you already losing because you won't step away from the table. But now you want to be mean and ornery? What are you doing? That brattiness was reserved for the Modelesque sisters. We so out of whack, and that's what. And I'm gonna go back to why not say, you know, our parents failed us to a sense, because they used to let it be known. If they looked at their daughters, they said, "Okay, you pretty girl, take care of yourself. You gonna get a man to take care of you." And they looked at the one daughter that once so, you know, beautiful physically, and they say, "You know what? Make sure you stay in school and you get you a good job." It was known, but we so out of whack. We don't address the realities of things. And like Mike said, if you want to come into a situation trying to get you a high value man that's worth a dang, and you got kids, you got to come with something extra. You got to be extra sweet, extra submissive, extra cooperative, because you done extra screwed up by not closing your legs.
Yeah,
that's true. Y'all hit on a lot of good points there. Shout out to PC76 in the building.
PC76, good to see you.
Yes, he said just getting to the crib. We still trying to figure out whether or not you got your gear, man. You let us know. Let us know whether or not you got your gear that was shipped out to you. Let us know. That'll be much appreciated. And we're gonna get back to this Erykah Badu situation now. So, like Kev said, that was like, won't nobody love your kids like you do, ladies. Y'all must understand. I get it. They came out of you and they father. You know, y'all gonna love them. It's hard for a man to truly love that kid like it's his. It is. And I ain't trying to call out no man out there with stepkids. If you know, that's your story. You tell it how you want. That's just what I think, though.
There you go. Yeah, just like anything else, we got to give our point of views, our observable truths. And this is what we see, this is what we observe, you know, in our reality. But yeah, we ain't throwing shade at nobody. We've said it way too many times before for anything to get misconstrued. Stepdaddies deserve at least one parade a year, at least, out of respect for the position that they taken. So utmost respect to any man that steps up. Shoot, I know I needed a stepfather in my life. So don't get it twisted. At the same time, we must address the reality of things.